Yes, theoretically it's just a bolt holding these things on, because in the final assembly department, everything was disallowed except bolt, snap, and brush. So everything should come apart with bolts, snaps, I guess, and
That's
Velcro.
had some bad juju going on there.
Yeah.
Down in that hole, like it's been,
Yeah.
maybe it's been halfway through the hole when doing that.
Yeah, it's messed up that hole. Maybe we could put a bushing or
I
something
wonder if
in.
that's hollow. Is that hollow?
Or is that just for attachment? Yeah, that's just attachment.
Oh, that's just been filled with latex.
Huh.
Accidentally.
Uh-huh.
So that's hollow. That we can figure out that.
Mm-hmm.
That shouldn't be any big deal.
Let's see. So how is this hand held on? Let me just...
Put those two bolts through the palm.
Through the palm?
Through that. There was probably two there at one time.
Two, you think, side by side?
Well, yeah, there's the holes.
I know, but it should be two, obviously, because...
I think there's probably, that's the other hole right there, I'd say.
Okay. So we need a new hand. I just made one, so I know we have the mold.
And it just slides on there like that.
Uh-huh.
With the bolt through it with the head on the inside of the palm.
Okay,
you can't see it.
but what about the spring? Isn't there a spring mechanism in here? There's something that's supposed to make this hand... Is it just the latex? I don't think so.
Makes it come back?
No, flop like this, up and down.
Wouldn't that be an air cylinder?
Well, yeah, this is the air cylinder that operates it. But...
And that does this way.
But you had additional movement in the hand.
Isn't there another cylinder up in here that would rotate it?
Well, there's one that goes out.
What's
Okay?
that one?
Okay, so there's the one that rotates it. That's in the wrist. I mean the elbow.
Mm-hmm.
That's called the elbow movement, actually, even though it's I call it
does.
the guitar strum.
Is that this one?
No, that's that one.
So this must be it then, huh? It does.
Yeah, do you see it moving?
I'll have to open this to see.
Okay, go ahead. I'm virtually certain it is.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think you got to be right there. Yeah, that's it. Mhm.
okay, so that's the wrist rotating,
That's
but
something-
it's actually what we call the elbow
We
because
need
it's
to
over there in the elbow.
We need to see all that anyway. So
Yeah. Now, and of course, those come off with these
Yeah.
these things, acorn nuts. Okay, but what I'm asking is this: we should check mine and see. I believe we have a spring design so that this isn't firmly attached to here; that it actually does some extra flopping.
oh, like this?
Yeah, extra
At
flopping.
the wrist.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Can we go look at mine real
Sure.
quick?
Yeah. I don't feel anything in this one. It just feels limp.
Right. Right. Because see, that's the way it's made.
Just the
It's-
fur, basically.
Yeah. So
Maybe just the fur does that.
it might be just the fur and the rubber inside. Can we? See how good that looks?
You want to look at the other one too?
Look how good that strum looks with that little flexibility in there. And you mean the one on the stage? Yeah, let's go feel it. Let's just go see if it feels the same.
Equally soft.
Yeah. You know, I'm having to stretch back to my memory 35 frickin' years to remember how these things were originally spec'd out. Let me go get the lights.
And see what you think. As opposed to on the fur. So I can feel that bolt in there.
Well, there's flop in the hand.
When you do that,
Uh-huh.
it feels like it's pivoting on the bolt. And then it's just the fur works as the part that keeps it.
This one definitely doesn't feel as floppy as the other one we just now felt.
This one's more controlled, like the bolts through it.
Yeah.
But that would put the bolt. Okay, I can feel the bolt right there. Pinch it right there where my hand is. You can feel the bolt under those fingers right there.
Uh-huh.
And the nut.
And is it only one bolt? you
Feels
think?
like it's just one. But see, that's not where the bolt was in that one we just took out. It was in the palm.
Yeah, see, they
They've slid
took
the whole
away the
hand
whole
back
thing.
that way and
Yeah.
put it through there.
Yeah, see, our hand strums right there.
So he wouldn't even reach in the guitar probably to the strings.
I wonder how yeah, he was probably just...
It would have been that much shorter probably.
Uh-huh.
They've slid the whole thing up
Uh-huh.
so it can spin
Yeah,
on it.
yeah, really, it's just the fur. You don't attach this directly to
Yeah,
the mechanism.
yeah.
You attach the fur.
Like the last inch of that wrist goes through the bolt.
The last
Or
inch
not.
Of the last inch does not go through the bolt.
We'll have to see what actually goes under the bolt.
Uh-huh. Do we want to look at this one to see
We
that?
may have to. Something's going to go under that bolt that's connected to the back of this somewhere.
Yeah.
It could be a strip of plastic, or it could be the glove extends out, with something behind it. Got duct tape on it.
Yeah.
You didn't put duct tape in there.
No. No, duct tape is a repair.
See, that looks like maybe the original hole right there.
Uh-huh.
And see, there's their hole that they had the bolt through.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's been jury rigged. That's a handy ladder, isn't it, Tim?
Absolutely.
You know what, this sand has got to go. All this sand is in our way. We can't set anything down on the floor because there's sand there. Even I'm disconnecting and connecting air pressure to the manifold that we're using out here. See, like there goes Looney Bird. Okay, well when I unplug it, I get a blast of sand in the face. See, so everything we do, I can't even set, look at this. I can't even really set the Rock-afire explosion service manual down because I don't want to get sand in my book. This sand has got to be cleaned off of here and not put back on. We have to do something smarter than sand, real sand. Okay, so since we can't use the floor of the stage, it's got sand on it. For things like this, I brought it over to the ramp. So we will take this custom to the dry cleaner.
You want to look at these hoses where they go into the nipples on the cylinder. See what's going on there? When that's fully over, they're just pinched shut.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're all pinched, like as if they were cut off and then shortened.
Well, these are supposed to point the other way, I believe,
Oh, of
towards
course.
where the hoses are coming from.
Sure.
So they've either spun these or they flipped the cylinder upside down this way.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they're supposed to be up here.
I bet you it's been flipped.
I'd say it's just been flipped.
Yeah, and they just left it like that.
And that's probably why that wasn't working.
And this
when you
looks
tried
kind of
it.
beat up here too.
Yeah, who knows if it's even any good, but
Yeah, that cylinder is shot, I bet you. But we'll see. I mean, you know, we'll see.
we could just unloosen that and flip it over.
Well, we definitely. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's not do that right now, okay? Because that's
Sure.
going to get us into another 45
I think if
minutes
it's just
of work.
over here, you'll know if it's going to work.
Yeah, we'll see if that's the problem. I don't expect this to work with these pinched hoses.
Yeah.
But we'll see. When we get to that, we'll see. And we don't have to fix it. We just have to know what the problem is.
Are you ready to plug it in and play?
Yeah.
Let me get the stuff off the door here.
Sand is also very slippery, by the way. I almost broke my ass.
I can see that.
Yeah, we ought to leave a little landing area there for climbing up the ladder.
Oh, wait a minute. This is unscrewed out of there. Yeah. So we need to take a tap before we clean this threads and unscrew that.
All right.
I think that can do
And that's how the whole thing comes off, right there.
Sure.
That's the way it comes off.
That probably had set screws in it. Originally.
Yeah. We got that.
There's another rod in there.
Let's see. It's just a floor. See, it's just to help guide it, I think. Let's have another look at that rod. This is the rod behind the Billy Bob guitar slide.
The lower rod.
Oh, the lower rod. Okay, so the upper rod is out.
That's the actuator, and the lower rod's just like a support thing to keep it from twisting, probably.
Okay. So we'll figure out what the problem is, but something caused all this to come apart.
It just unscrewed itself. But the lower rod seems to be bent. Probably this came apart and it was pushing on this thing.
Yeah.
It's bent just enough. I'm having trouble getting it out. There it comes.
Okay.
The question is, can I get it all the way out? leave it in there for the moment.
Okay, you got the hand. Where's the hand?
Right there.
Ah, okay.
Pull my pants up.
Ah, that's good. An action shot. Pulling the pants up.
I'm going in.
He's going down. Okay. We'll notify your next of kin.
Gotta push Billy Bob's buttons.
Wait a minute. Why are you going down to push Billy Bob's buttons?
Oh, you're hooked up to the computer?
Ja.
Ah, okay. Never mind.
I didn't know why you were going down there, but I was willing to, you know, give your eulogy. Okay, I'm going to go turn it on.
Okay.
Is it all pressured up?
Should be.
No. You got to put this in the hole.
If you're going to talk dirty, is that too high pressure?
Let me see what the hell it is on.
Where does
No,
it
it
set?
should be 80. It should be 80. It's the same pressure I run the characters off of in here.
Okay.
It should be all right. It just jolts when it.
That was something I was going to ask you anyway.
Okay, there we go. We're all on. Okay, let's identify those air leaks first.
Okay. Definitely got some.
This thing's out here. Something.
Hey, one of them's right here. Whatever the heck that is. Is that anything you recognize?
No, let me get my camera.
It looks like an old needle valve that there's no more needle in it.
And it looks like somebody put tape over it to
look
keep
at
it from
this.
leaking. What are you doing? I want to see.
You pull the... Okay, go ahead and start.
It started.
You pull the tape off of this thing that looks like a needle valve, and you look where the needle might have been.
There's a screw in
and there's a
there.
bolt in there.
Jesus.
These people were geniuses.
Wait a minute now. I don't want to offend my customers. This is going on public broadcast. They were geniuses. See, look at that. They made do out in the field while they were on the road with their Rock-afire explosion. They were probably broken down in some podunk town without an Ace hardware. And they made it work. Good for them.
The guy with the buck teeth is probably the mechanic.
Hey. That is really insensitive and politically incorrect.
That's me.
You're going to offend everybody else with buck teeth.
Do we want to fix that now, or you want to go on and test?
It's going on test. Yeah, this is just something that needs to be fixed.
I'm going to kind of hang back here to see what's happening.
It looks like what happened was, God, I mean, it just looks like they cut this hose or something, right?
I don't know.
And then joined it back together
Maybe
with
it cut
this.
itself. I could probably tighten this bolt right here.
Well, just finger tight. We're only going to move each movement
It's not
once.
coming off.
We're not going to rock and roll. We're just going to test the movements.
Okay.